Our next poetic device is hyperbole. Let's see the meaning of hyperbole. Hyper means over and bole means to throw. So it means to throw over, means to do the excess of something or to exaggerate something. So when we exaggerate something is known as hyperbole. So we can say hyperbole is an exaggerated statement that is we can use to stress some strong feelings but not literally. For example, baby's skin is softer than silk. Baby's skin is softer than silk. So we are comparing here. It is not actually means the baby and the skin of the baby and the silk are too soft, but it is we are just doing the exaggeration of something here. So skin and silk. This packet weighs a ton. This packet weighs a ton. How packet weigh a ton? So that is here we have exaggerated the weight of the packet here, and that is in tons. His grandfather is older than his. His grandfather is older than his means he is very old. So we are saying here his grandfather is older than hills or mountains, we can say. You have millions of toys. No one can have millions of toys, but here we have just created an atmosphere where we have just done the excess of something to stress the feeling. Next poetic device is onomatopoeia. It is defined as a word which imitates the natural sound of a thing. An onomatopoeia is a word that actually looks like the sound it makes, and we can almost hear those sounds. I will give you some examples of onomatopoeia like slam, splash, bam, babble, gurgle sound, mumble, etc. Let's understand onomatopoeia with the help of some examples. So it means the actual sounds of the things. For example, the buzzing bee flew away. So I am saying here bee. What is the sound of the bee? That is buzz sound. So exact sound of the bee I have taken here, and the buzzing bee flew away, right? So this buzzing is onomatopoeia here. The rustling leaves kept me awake. When leaves make the sound of rustling, so that sound created by the leaves is called rustling. So that exact word I have taken here, the rustling leaves kept me awake. So this rustling leaves is onomatopoeia here. The loud boom of the fireworks scared the dog. See, fireworks, when we do this firework, so that gives a sound of boom, right? So that loud boom of the fireworks. So the actual sound created by the fireworks is boom. So when we give the effect, actual effect of something, that is known as onomatopoeia. It may be buzzing bees, it may be rustling leaves, it may be mew of cat, it may be bow bow of dog, like that. Let's study about alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound in a phrase or a sentence. Please see carefully. It's a consonant sound I have written. Clear? So, let's see in the sentence. In the first sentence, I have written Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. What do you notice here? In every letter here, P, here also sound of P, picked, pack, pickled, peppers. So the sound P is a consonant. Clear? So that P sound is being repeated here. Again listen, P sound I am saying, which is consonant sound. So, if the consonant sound is being repeated in the sentence or a phrase, that is called alliteration. Let's see the second example. Black bug but a big black bear. So, sound of B, black bug but big black bear. Here which sound is being repeated? B sound is being repeated. Next, come and clean the chaos in your closet. So, here which sound is being repeated? C sound is being repeated, which is a consonant. Go and gather the green leaves on the grass. Gather green leaves on the grass. So, which sound is being repeated here? G sound is being repeated. Please take care, it is not the word, it is the consonant sound. One more thing I want to add here, the second kind of alliteration, like I have said here, the consonant sound, clear? So, if we have the vowel sounds in the phrases, so that vowel sound, that is called assonance. That is called assonance, clear? So, if the consonant sounds are there, that is called alliteration. If vowel sounds are there, that is called assonance. Now about anaphora. The repeated use of a word at the start of two or more consecutive lines is known as anaphora. For example, I have taken here a poem. I wend about and in and out, with here a blossom sailing, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling. Now, see, these two lines are being this phrase and here and there and here and there is being repeated here in both of the lines, and which are consecutives. See, so this type of device is known as poetic device, which is known as anaphora. So, these words should be these words or phrases should be in the consecutive lines, in the start of the consecutive lines. This we have to take care. Let's see one more example. Said the frog, I tried to teach her, but she was a stupid creature, far too nervous, far too tense, far too prone to influence. So, here which words or which phrases are being repeated? So, these words far too and far too. Far too and far too are being repeated in the consecutive lines, here too and here too. So, these words are repeated in three lines, like far too, far too, far too. So, these, it may be single word, it may be a group of words, means a phrase or word, clear? So, if the word or the phrase is being repeated at the start of consecutive lines, it may be two or more lines, that is known as anaphora. That's all for today. For our next poetic devices, we will learn in our next video. Thank you. That's all for today.